the portion of Miketz. Okay? Miketz means the end, at the end. And he's talking about at the end of the 2 years, because last portion we finished the portion when Joseph was sitting in jail for 10 years. And we're starting this portion after Joseph is in jail for 12 years. And if you remember, Joseph was interpreting the dreams of Seraphim and Sarah Mashkim, the two ministers of Pharaoh, and he was asking for one of the ministers to remember that he interpreted his dream, and that person forgets. Okay, he forget and he's not telling him anything, and that's what's really happening in. We're starting like that, and the portion of Miketz is starting with Vayi Miketz. Okay, Ketz Sam Lachoshech. There is an end to the darkness. I already love how it starts. Ketz to the darkness. End to the darkness. Okay, that it's the left column. There is a whole article here in the Zohar, right here on the first paragraph. You can read again about the angel of death and the Satan, and we all know what's his job. We don't want to go there. But then in number 7, Rabbi Shimon is saying that that darkness is a place that we don't remember, is a place of forgetness. Okay, that we don't remember, and this is the left column. All right. When we're coming to talk about physical things that happen to us, when we want to talk about sustenance, and why sustenance? After these 2 years, Joseph, from being in the dark of the dark place, he is becoming second to king in Egypt. All right, so for me, it's beautiful, because I know, like that the salvation of the light is in a blink of an eye. You can be in the darkness place, but if you really believe that you can get out of there, you will get out of there. And not only that you'll get out of there, we will get out of there. It will happen in a blink of an eye, because it says in the portion, and they rush him out from the pit, from the jail. They rushed him out. So he was there, no hope. The minister forget about him, nothing. And then in a blink of an eye, they took him, they rushed him from there, they dressed him up, they cleaned him up, and then he came to see the king. And it's in a blink of an eye. And that's a very, very important, I think that's the most important rule that we are working in this world. And the Creator is really asking us to be in two places at the same time. But this is the whole concept of Kabbalah. It's called Mati Velo Mati, right? To be and not to be exactly at the same time. On one hand, we are requested to believe that everything is come from the Creator. Everything from the Creator. It doesn't matter what we're going to do. It's going to come from the Creator. We need to have that faith that everything is happen and it's happening from above. Exactly at the same token, they're telling us you need to make an effort. Because without effort, without removing bread of shame, nothing will happen in your life. Right? So how do you take that nothing will happen in your life if you're not going to work for it? And you know what? If you're going to sit all day at home and you're just going to believe that you're going to have sustenance, then you'll have sustenance. Right? How we combine? How are we like finding the center column? Like everything else in life, everything else is the center column. There's no other things, right? And Joseph is center column. How do we find that I believe in the Creator? I believe, but also I'm working and I do everything I can to show that I can do that. He says there are 4 kings. There are 4 levels of consciousness when we're moving from certainty in the Creator to I need to make an effort, or from I need to make an effort to certainty in the Creator. And the Zohar is saying, Bo'u Arba'a melachim hayu, come and behold. There were 4 kings. מה ששאל זה, לא שאל זה. Whatever this one asked, the other one didn't ask. King David says, I'm going to go after my enemy, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to chase, and I'm going to get them, and I'm going to kill them, and I'm going to do everything. We're going to do all the efforts to get them. Obviously, we're not talking about people. We're talking about King David was talking about that evil inclination, that we always, read about that Satan, that sins. What does it mean, sins? That every time that we take something from the light and remove it to the darkness, that's a sin, right? So he was chasing after it. He was making sure that he's going to do that. He's going to make all that effort. And, and he's going to do everything that he can to get what he needs to get. מהו הטעם? ומשום שהיה נשמר מלוא עבירות שהאדם. He was always made sure that he's connected with Creator, with effort. ולא נתן מקום לשונאיו לשלוט, and he didn't let his enemy any place to control. Nothing. And that's why he wants to chase them all the time, because he didn't want them to chase after him and kill him eventually. So he was always like on the guard and always like doing a lot of work, okay, making sure that he's going to have in life what he wants. And then there was the second king. His name was Asa. Asa was afraid. אף על פי שהיה מחפש בחטאיו ולא כל כך כדוד המלך. He was still chasing. He was still chasing after after his negativity, after the Satan, after his enemies. Okay, and what is the enemy? The enemy is the certainty. I have certainty in the Creator, or I don't have certainty in the Creator. Okay, I'm chasing after my enemy. What are my enemies? The enemies is that voice that tells me all the time that you cannot do that it's not possible, that you really have to work hard, that you really have to, you didn't earn it yet, you don't deserve it yet, you don't, all that crap that we hear in our head all the time. Okay, so Asa, the king Asa, he was chasing also. He was chasing after, his enemies, but he didn't fight with them. He says, I'm just going to fight. I'm just going to chase, I'm just going to chase. I'm going to chase, but I'm not going to fight. You know who's going to fight? The Creator will fight. Okay? So David was, I'm going to chase, and I'm going to fight, and I'm going to kill. And the second one, Asa, was, I'm going to chase them. I'm going to look for my negativity. I'm going to look what I need to do. But you know what? It's not my job to fix it. I'm going to chase it, and Creator, you're going to fix it. Okay? Then the Zohars go to the third one, Yehoshaphat. Yehoshaphat was the king of Judah. גם כן היה מבקש ואמר, אני יכול לרדוף ולא להרוג אותם, אלא אני אומר ואתה תהרוג אותם, והוא משום שלא היה מחפש בחטאיו כל כך כמו אסא. Yehoshaphat said, I have certainty in the Creator. Okay, I'm not going to chase, and I am not going to kill for sure. I'm going to pray to the Creator. I'm going to pray. Yeah, I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray to you, and you're going to do your job, Creator. You're going to do what I need to do. That's my job. My job is to pray for you. And then the fourth king, Chizkiah. Chizkiah also was the king of Judah. It came after. ואמר, איני יכול לא לזמר ולא לרדוף. I cannot chase. I cannot pray. I don't need to chase. I don't need to pray. For sure, I don't need to kill. I'm just going to sit at home. And God, you're going to make the job for me. And I think we mentioned that story of Chizkiah last week. When we said why we kept, why we're celebrating Hanukkah. I mean, there are other miracles that were so greater than Hanukkah. For example, the story of Chizkiah. Because what happened with Chizkiah fought with the king of Ashur. And Ashur is, like I said, it's last week, it's giant army. It's like take the army of United States of America, and you take few people there that hiding in Jerusalem. And Chizkiah told his people, the people was very afraid that Ashur is coming, and that's it, they're going to kill them. They're dead, that's it. And Chizkiah said, don't worry, you go to sleep. You go to sleep. We don't fight. We don't pray. You go to sleep. And you're going to wake up in the morning and we're going to be fine. Okay, so imagine the situation, right? An army, a gigantic army, is standing behind the gates of Jerusalem. All right? And you're not preparing, and you go to sleep, and everything is fine. But because he had that certainty, an angel came at night, and he killed the whole nation of Ashur, the whole army. An angel. And the people of Israel woke up this morning, and Ashur is dead all around. Okay? So Chizkiah is saying, I don't need to do anything. I'm not chasing. I'm not killing. I'm not praying. There is Creator. And my job is to believe in that Creator. And I believe in the Creator. I have certainty. I don't need to do anything. And here you go. The story is that an angel came and killed the whole army of Ashur. So we are talking here about 4, level of consciousness. In regard to our belief in the Creator. Do we believe that everything comes from the Creator? It says that in Rosh Hashanah, it's been determined how much money a person will make. So if it's already determined how much money a person will make, what do I need to make an effort? But do I have that certainty? Do I really have that certainty that, if tomorrow or now in the time of the corona, someone got fired and that person will be okay? And the only thing that will determine what happened in a person's life is only the level of certainty in that he has in the Creator. All of us. Because, it's called bitachon. Okay, bitachon in Hebrew. It's strong. It's like confidence. Certainty, confidence, and very, very strong. That if I really believe, that it's going to be fine, then it will be fine. 2 people going to an interview. I give that example all the time. One of them is full of confidence that it's going to be good. And the other one is so afraid. Who's going to get that interview? The one that is afraid is 10 times more talented than the one that is not afraid. Who's going to get that job? The person with the certainty. The person that feels that everything in life, it's happened for a reason. I'm going to go and I'm going to get to that interview. And if it belongs to me, then good. What am I need to be afraid of? Yeah, so the Zohar is saying that the fear come again from sins. Okay, what does it mean, those sins? If a person steals something, already in his subconscious, he knows that he deserves a punishment. So when a person wants to have the miracles, the subconscious already tells them, but you sinned, you don't deserve it. You sinned, you don't deserve it. So if a person get mad, or a person, now we learn in Kabbalah, if we're reactive, now imagine what we're doing to ourselves. Every time we get reactive, we already put in our belief system that we are not okay, that we are not good, that we deserve punishment. And with every belief system like that, what we're doing, we diminish the certainty. We diminish the certainty in the Creator. We diminish the certainty, the confidence that we have in ourselves. Yeah, but we sinned. Okay, so we sin, but in every given moment, we can forgive ourselves. In every given moment, we can, if I did something, if I got reactive, if I got mad, and stealing is stealing energy. I'm not saying that we're all thieves and murderers, and if God forbid someone kills someone else, This is when we need like Yom Kippur. This is where this is when we have special days during the year that we can remove really heavy duty sins that goes against the sins of the Torah. But most of us, we are good people. We are good people, but we still believe that we are sinners. What does it mean, sinners? I was reactive. I was not supposed to behave like that. So yesterday I got a call from someone that had a fight with his wife, and he's calling me and he says, "Oh my God, I feel so bad. I shouldn't behave like that. I shouldn't." Okay, it's good that the person have the tchusha karatara, that the person knows that he did something wrong. But within who did something wrong, we can fix. We can fix. And when we believe that we can fix the things that we are doing that is not good, we are strengthening the midat habitachon, the level of certainty, the level of confidence in our life. Okay? Now there is another thing is when it comes to, before we go into astrology and but there's another things that has to do with the same belief. The belief. I believe in something. I believe that the Creator is the one who's bringing sustenance and not me. And by the way, an exercise to do that is to do a little bit less than what we need to do. I know we're always talking about we need to do extra mile and we need to push, and it's good to do extra mile. But we want to do extra mile because we want to connect and not because we want to gain something back. For example, if a person is working, going to work, and you make all this calculation, and it's a hard thing to do though, but it's a consciousness thing. So let's think how to do it in our life. If a person, if I'm making all the expenses that I have this month, and I know that I have $1,000 expenses, and I need to work a certain amount of hours to cover these expenses. Okay, it says that we need to work a little bit less. So if $1,000 and I need to work 10 hours for that $1,000, I don't know. I'm using a small number so I can make it up. So I should work only 9 hours. I should leave that 1 hour unsolved. Like I didn't work for it. And why I didn't work for it? Because that hour will be fulfilled for me from the Creator. It means I leave a space to the Creator. Otherwise, I have that ego. Yeah, I have expenses, but look, I worked hard. I made it. So I don't leave space for Creator. But if I work a little bit less, to cover what I need, I leave space to see the miracles. That hour will be fulfilled. Why? Because I have certainty. I leave space for the Creator. Okay? Many people go into two jobs because they can't, they have a lot of expenses. So let's find another job. The person will have another job and maybe will make more money. But if it says in Rosh Hashanah that he will have $1,000 a year, and a person is making $2,000 a year, God forbid, in a month, okay? That and that money that he earned, that is extra, that he's pushed himself to the limit to make, will go away. For taxes, for police tickets, for medical bill, they'll go away. And again, it's the balance between yes, I need to work hard, but we cannot worry. The moment we are worried, we're closing all the gates of sustenance because we don't leave space for Creator. So this week, right, on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, where's the calendar? Look at the calendar after. We have the Great Conjunction. Yeah, Monday. Okay. What is the Great Conjunction? People ask. As astrologer, people always ask, what is the Great Conjunction? What is the energy? What does it mean? So let's learn astrology together. And let's put what we learned last week about Toda'ah and what we learned this week about that Great Conjunction. What do we believe that Great Conjunction will be all about? Right? Did we think about it, or we just want someone else to tell us? Let's take the Great Conjunction is basically two planets, Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter has the energy of expansion and growth and abundance. Saturn, on the other hand, has the energy of contraction, limitation, hard work. Jupiter is the one that says, everything coming from God. And Saturn is the planet that believes, I need to work so hard for it. Here exactly those, I didn't think about it before. You see, this is the two planets, literally about what we learned today. Jupiter, everything is from God. You know, Sagittarius people, everything will be fine. Don't worry. Okay, and most of the time things are happening for them because they have that, that connection, to miracles. Jupiter, we're in the time of Kislev. In the time of Jupiter, we are in the time of Sagittarius. That's the essence of Sagittarius, miracles. Everything has to do with the light. I don't have to worry. And then right together with it, 0 degree, Jupiter and Saturn will be together, 0 degree and 29 minutes in the sign of Aquarius. And Saturn will be, no, I need to work for it. If I'm not going to work for it, I'm not going to get it. And here you have these two planets coming together on the solstice, 0 degree. Okay? And they both coming together. They're joining. Conjunction, it means they're one next to each other. It means it's energy that is one mati, below mati. Right? To be and not to be at the same time. They are both in the sign of the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius, as we know, relate to the planet Uranus. Uranus is a crown chakra. It's a higher level of consciousness. Uranus is a higher level of Mercury. Mercury is how we think. Uranus is consciousness, is a higher level of consciousness. So that's the potential, guys. Everything in life is a potential. What the Great Conjunction will be for me is going to be different from you and from you and from you. Each and every one of us will experience the Great Conjunction according to the consciousness that we have. Do we believe that we can achieve that divine inspiration? That Jupiter in Aquarius, do we believe that we can, the Zohar was saying, right, everybody has been revealed knowledge according to his level, right, or certainty, knowledge brings to certainty, right, because knowledge is power, the Rav always said that. Do I really believe it? Or I really need to feel that it's a time that I have to really work hard for my consciousness, really work hard, to reveal something in life. And it's beautiful. The Great Conjunction is what we believe. What we believe it will be. If you believe your life will open up and you're going to get divine inspiration and you're going to get the knowledge because the North Node is in Gemini, because it's knowledge. Okay, we're talking, like I said last week, we talk a lot on this, and the whole 2021, it's about getting information. Okay, it's Gemini North Node. Getting information that will help us have certainty. Okay? And remember, we spoke at the beginning that the Miketz, the Rabbi Shimon said that it's about forgetfulness. That every time that we have a miracle, we need to remember, we need to install that memory in our brain and in our heart, because this is when we get certainty. So when we're going to another episode in life that it's not pleasant, we remember the certainty that we had in that moment and the miracle that we saw. And then we remember. Okay? Saturn and Jupiter in conjunction in the sign of Aquarius is really going to a higher level of consciousness. But look at the paradox that Kabbalah is talking about. I was thinking about it. When you do the Ana Bekoach, right? The Ana Bekoach, I believe that everybody in this class knows the Ana Bekoach. If not, I don't know, email me and I'll try to explain to you. So we have 7 sentences from Chesed to Malchut. The first line, Ana Bekoach Gedulati Minecha Tatir Tzarura, is to connect us to the tree of life, to unlimited, to everything possible. And which is if I wouldn't know what is the planet that is in charge of this line, I would think it's Jupiter. Because connect to the tree of life, Sagittarius, everything is open, everything is possible. But you know that the planet that rules this line is actually Saturn, the planet of limitation and contraction and restriction. Okay? And the second line, Kabel Rinat Amecha Sagvenu Tarenenu, to remove the power of Satan. And even in astrology, astrologers call Saturn the devil. There's the how to deal with the devil, Saturn energy. So you would think Saturn will rule the second line of Ana Bekoach because it's to remove Satan. And who is the planet that is in charge of the second line? Jupiter. Okay? Exactly the opposite. Exactly the opposite. All right? And then it shows the paradox in life that in order for us to really connect to the tree of life, we need to have that restriction. We can only connect to the tree of life, the letters that is rule that, because it's the letter of the month, right? Ein Bet, the 72 names of God, right? The way to connect is by restriction. What is that restriction that we are talking about? The restriction is that I'm going to work hard, yes, but I know that it's not within my hand. I know that everything is come from Creator. Everything is come from Creator. And we talked about it a million times. I want to receive because you want to give. Not for myself alone. And that's the energy of Saturn. When we are not for the self alone, we are connecting to the tree of life. That's the energy that Saturn can give us. And the second one is Jupiter. To remove the doubts. To remove the power of Satan. Jupiter. So because Jupiterian is not taking any responsibility at all. It's like, everything is from the Creator. But that's also not right. Right? So to combine that energy, to connect to the tree of life, through restriction, and remove Satan by knowing, that we need to I read the article. I don't believe I ever explained that. The article of King David. I'm going to chase and I'm going to kill. I'm going to do the both. Okay, the Great Conjunction is really a new era. It's a new level in humanity. It's a new level in humanity.